Hey guys, a quick video for you today showing you how to make an Americano using the Ninja Luxe Cafe Premier Series coffee machine. It's an interesting feature of this machine because a lot of machines don't come with a specific Americano setting, do they? But this one does. So if we look in the actual book, it's described as a beginner recipe. It's very simple. We're going to use a double basket. As I say, there's a dedicated setting for it that's going to help us to make it. The interesting thing though, I've always thought Americano is espresso with water added, but on this machine it seems to make it the other way around, a bit more like a long black, with the espresso being added second. But you'll see that as we go. But let us know in the comments, what do you think an Americano is? Is there any difference between that and a long black? Let us know what you think. So the first thing then, we can release the portafilter and make sure that we have the double basket inserted into that. If you don't, we've got a video on the channel showing you how to change that basket. Once the portafilter's out, obviously make sure you've got enough water in the machine, make sure you've got enough beans in the machine. We're running a little bit low, but there's enough for an Americano in there. Then take your funnel off, insert that onto the top of the portafilter, the grooves aligning in between the grooves on the portafilter, and then that just pops into position. Then we just need to set up the machine itself. So we'll turn the dial until we get to the dedicated Americano setting. Because we're just brewing espresso, the settings haven't changed. So we're on a current grind size of 5 and a recommended grind size of 5. Yeah, it is worth mentioning though, with the Americano on the Ninja Luxe Cafe machine, you can use different baskets. Look, you can use a single, a double and a quad. And that will change the coffee output. The bigger the basket, the bigger the coffee you're going to get. You can see that from the output volume there. But interestingly, as you change the strength, it will also change the output volume because it's adding more water. So if you use strength 1, for example, on the single, you will get 122 milliliter Americano with extra water in it, diluting it. All the way up to strength 3, look, it will reduce it right down to 36 milliliters. And the same with the double Americano and also the quad or Luxe basket. If for any reason your grind sizes aren't matching with the recommended, if you turn the dial on the side of the machine to the right hand side, it will make it finer, as we'll show you now on the screen. There, going from 4 to 3. But if we need to go coarser, up to maybe 6 or 7, then we can turn it left, which will take it coarser. But we'll stick with 5 because that's what it's recommending. So the next step is to slot the portafilter into the machine, and we're going to grind our beans. So they're still matching, so that's good. We've got our strength set to 2, so let's now press start grind. So we've got a nice amount of grinds in there now. Give it a little tiny shake, that's what I like to do anyway. Then take the assisted tamper off the side of the machine, pull that out, and we're going to pop that inside the funnel and press it down until the black part meets this funnel here. You'll see that now if you look from the side. Once is okay, but for good measure you can do twice, just to make sure we've got a nice flat puck in there. Then remove the funnel, place it back into the side of the machine. There is a little brush in this compartment at the side here to help you brush off these little grinds if you want to, but I just use my hand. It seems to do okay for me. Next, we want to insert that portafilter into the machine with this orange dot here, meeting the orange dot on the group head. So pop that up and then just turn it to the right hand side until you've got a good resistance. Now this is quite an important part of this process. It's nice to have a warm cup, by the way, so if you do want to maybe warm your cup somehow beforehand, then that's always good to keep the coffee hot. But you want one that's wide enough and the rim to be able to catch the espresso coming out of both of these sides here. And also if you look at the back, you'll see that there's a water spout as well there. So we're going to want to catch all 3 of those because it's going to send the water in from the machine. Once that's all set up, you simply press start brew and it will start to brew your coffee for you, and also add the water. So the capacity of this glass is about 180 millilitres. As we can see, because the espresso has been poured second, it has preserved a little bit of the crema on top of the coffee there. Is it a long black? Is it Americano? Let us know in the comments, but the machine says it's an Americano. So the option is there. If you want to just stir it together a little bit more, you can do by giving it a little bit of a stir. And obviously, if you want to add a little bit of cream, a little bit of milk, that's your choice too. We'll just have a little taste because on Nespresso machines that we've reviewed in the past, I always struggle to get a good Americano. It took a while, so let's see what this one tastes like. It's very hot. Personally, I really like that. I think that's a really good result. It's a nice balance. You've got a nice hit of coffee in there. It's not been watered down too much. But if it's too strong for you and you find that, don't forget you can always pop it back on the shelf and use the hot water button. You can control the temperature. You can have it on low, medium or high, and you can press it to add a little bit more water. If we have a look down here, I'll press the button now, start brew. Because I put it on high, it's taking a little bit of a while to heat it up. So you can add as much as you like and then just press the button again, start brew, and it stops it. So you can add as much water as you like. So we do hope you've enjoyed the video and found that useful. If you have, please do give it a like. That helps us out massively. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and we've got lots of recipe videos on the channel with this machine. I'll link to a playlist at the end now where you can see those. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.